Hey. Okay, welcome back. We're going to continue on with fun with functions. And we just got the count of the total amount of applicants in the applicant data. But my guess is maybe you've never used the count function before. It's not all that common. And I think most of the time when people have used Excel or Google Sheets in the past year, usually summing data. So why would you use the count function and not the sum function here? Well, let's just take a look what would happen if we summed this data. So sum, open parentheses, hide all this stuff, move me, go to the analysis, and we're going to go to contact ID, shift command down, end parentheses, tab to complete. So here is a big old number. And if we want to format it so we can see it better, we can do format number here. And then we can remove the decimal places by going back like that. So 1,400,070,934 is the sum of all those contact IDs. We don't want the sum of the contact IDs in this case. We just want to count the number of contact IDs. So that's why you would use count here over sum. But we'll skip down to number 3. What is the total number of children of all applicants? Here you would use the sum, because if you look at the analysis, you can see we're going to go all the way up. Under children, it's a number. So we want to add up all the numbers. We want to sum them together. So here we'll use sum. Over here going equals sum, open parentheses, go back to the analysis. We'll go up here to the number 3, shift, command down, shift. So if there's not, this kind of keyboard shortcut only works till like the next open space. So here we are. We've made it all the way down to the bottom. We're going to close parentheses, tab to complete. And we can see here the total number of children of all applicants is a sum of 3,884. So that's the difference between count and sum. Next, let's go down to using this number 7. We'll go down. What is the most number of children of any applicant? Here we'll use the formula max. So we'll go equal to start the formula, max, open. Again, we'll go back to the analysis. You can start from the bottom. I like to start from the top. Shift command down, all the way down, drag. And then end parentheses, tab. So the most children of any applicant is 10. It's amazing that there is a mother of 10 that's, recommitting to her career, joining Tech Moms. So that's kind of a cool insight. What about the average number of children of all applicants? So we'll go equals average, open parentheses. And here, because we have it right here, we can actually just steal this. So we don't have to do the back and forth. We can go equal average, open parentheses, paste, close parentheses. So the average number of children among all applicants is 2.3 children. Obviously, you can't have 2.3 children, so we can decrease the decimals here. We'll just say 2 children is the average number of children. And now we're going to go back and we're going to use some if functions. So we know that all of the applicants aren't necessarily all of the students. The students, we know from doing our getting to know our data, is the students were assigned a cohort. So we have to figure out how to count the number of applicants that were assigned a cohort. And to do that, we are going to use a count if function. So I don't remember how to do a count if function, so we're going to ask ChatGPT. So we'll start anew. Okay. Hi, ChatGPT. I am analyzing some data and I need to do a count if. To understand the number of applicants that were assigned a cohort. How do I do this? This is what I do all day. I just use ChatGPT. That was probably a terrible prompt. It's fine. So here's the thing. Using ChatGPT, you get back what you put in. That was a terrible prompt. That's fine. I'll know how to make sense of it, make sense of my sloppy prompt. Here we go. So to perform a count if in Excel or Google Sheets, to count the number of applications that were assigned a cohort, you can use count if, which counts the number of cells within a range that meet a specified condition. So here's the general syntax. A equals count if range criteria. So identify the range, determine the range of cells where assigned a cohort status is listed. For example, if the statuses are in column B, you would range B2 to B100. Set the criteria. The criteria would be the exact text assigned a cohort. Use the count if formula. So we go count if the range and then the criteria assigned a cohort in parentheses. This formula will count all the cells and that have that text. Make sure there are no extra spaces in the text. Let me know if you need any further assistance. Love you, ChatGPT. Okay, so let's try it. Over here, how many applicants were assigned a cohort? We're going to go equal count if, open parentheses, we're going to find the range that we want in the analysis. So the range that we're going to count is this applicant status. So we're going to start with C2 and shift all the way to the bottom. Look at, we have a blank row, so we have to go past that all the way to the bottom. Another blank row, go past that. Okay, so this is the range. Next, we're going to do a comma. And in quotations, we're going to say the exact phrase that we want it to count. We want Excel to count the number of times it says assigned a cohort, which actually, looking at the data, it's not assigned a cohort, it's just assigned cohort. It has to be exact. Assigned cohort. End quotations, and then end parentheses, and then tab. Cool. So 556 are the total amount of assigned cohorts. Those are the students. And I do remember Trina or Mikkel or someone posting that they recently reached over 500 students. So that sounds correct in the ballpark. And cool. So now we know this count if function is super helpful. It's basically like a filter on the data. We have the total number of applicants, and then we have the count if they were assigned a cohort. So these are the number of students. So let's use this similar thing with this average. What is the average number of children of applicants that were assigned a cohort? So the average number of applicants that were actual students. So we can go equals average if, open parentheses. Oh gosh. So even me, I get overwhelmed by all of this formula talk on Google Sheets. So I could go back to ChatGPT and be like, say what? That's what I'm going to do. Okay, next, I need to figure out the average number of children among the applicants that were assigned a cohort. I know I need to use the average if function. How do I do this? Please explain it to me like I am, I don't want to say a child, but I kind of want to say a child, like I am a teenager. Thanks. Okay. I'd be happy to explain it to you in a simple way. To find the average number of children among the applicants who are assigned a cohort, you'll use the average if function. This function calculates the average of a range of numbers, but only for the cells that meet a certain condition. Okay. I think it's just explaining it to me like it did before. Kind of like, maybe like, just dumb it down a little bit for me. Me, please. I actually know how to do this, but I'm just being real that I understand how this is somewhat overwhelming to see this like syntax, and it's not super intuitive. So we're just going to have ChatGPT explain it to us. Okay, range. This is where Excel looks for the condition. In your case, this would be the column that says assigned a cohort or not. Okay, so that's the same column as, not the same column as before. Yes, the same column as before. Yes. Criterion, this is the condition you're checking for. For you, it's assigned a cohort. Okay, so we're going to do that. Average range. This is where Excel finds the numbers it will average. Here it's the column with the number of children. Oh, this is super easy. Okay, again, this is why we love ChatGPT. This is why you don't have to be scared of data. There's some things that feel a little bit more complicated, but if you just read the docs and you kind of follow step by step, it's not too bad. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go average if. This is the same as before. So I'm going to copy and paste, not that, up here. So I want to average if it's this. So I'm just going to copy that. And then we go average, open parentheses, paste. And then it said the last thing we do is the column of the thing that we want to average. So we're going to go back up here. We're going to go to children all the way down. So, oh, and I just have average. I didn't put average if. So we're going to fix that. And so we'll go back over here. Average if. So we're going to read this together. Average if this column C says assigned cohort, then we're going to average the number of children in this D column. And we're going to see if the average number of children for students is different than the average number of students or average number of children for all applicants. Tab over. Still 2.3. So same number, not terribly surprising. So still the same average number of children for applicants that were assigned a cohort. Okay, we'll pause there. We'll come back and we'll do percentages next.